So Ken, you mentioned that you think of ClusterStor kind of like a startup within Xyratex. Uh, uh, how does ClusterStor compare to like the other startups we might see out there?
I know I said that, but I've never looked at it that way. So I guess if I look over the last 10, 15 years, obviously there's been a large number of successful startups. I'll say one point, there was a common thread across a number of those startups. So if you think about the really successful ones, you think about the data domains, the tree powers, the compellence, EqualLogic. One core fundamental I think there was, not many people probably notice, is that Xyratex was actually partnered with a lot of those actually all of those companies, providing with storage platform technology, which is really our core business within Xyratex. And if I look at myself as a kind of startup, well, that's exactly what I do, right? I leverage the core technologies within Xyratex and products and a lot of resources, etc. I guess the other thing that I have the additional benefit of leveraging, when you're part of the largest OEM supplier in the world, who's relationships with the household names of this industry, certainly it opens a lot of doors, right? No doubt about it. Relationships with the likes of Dell, HP, obviously we announced a relationship with Cray as well. That really enables you to get a lot of traction in the market and ramp a business pretty quickly.
Well, how does Lustra fit into that? Because you guys weren't based on Lustra for your enterprise offerings. How did you?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that we really looked at, as I said, we leveraged a lot of the core DNA, core capabilities, intellectual property, etc., that was already existing within Xyratex. But obviously, expertise in clustered file systems, etc. As you know, we acquired ClusterStor as a company back in 2010. The likes of Peter Bram and then subsequently Peter Projanic and others joined us. So adding that clustered file system capability was key to enable us to kind of create that overall integrated solution that we talked about. And really entering the HPC market, you looked at Lustre, which is obviously, so if you think of HPC storage, you're going to think really of Lustre, right? Number one scalable file system in the world, open source. So one of the things we definitely recognize, and it was a learning curve for us, as I think we talked about before, is really to understand how to operate in an open source community. Key to that is engagement with community entities such as OpenSFS. So I think many of your viewers are probably aware that we're a board member of OpenSFS. I think OpenSFS has made a lot of traction. It really helped when there was uncertainty around Lustre. OpenSFS and indeed EOFS in Europe really moved to stabilize the community with support from companies such as Xyratex, Intel and other partners.